When you think about upgrading your TV, you probably picture, well, walking into a big box store.
Right, and just wrestling a giant cardboard box into the back of your car.
Exactly. And then you just plug it in. But today, our mission for this deep dive is to unpack the wild engineering and economics of high-end AV equipment.
Yeah, we are looking at a really detailed spec sheet from HDTVSupply today.
Right, specifically for this massive 106-inch Draper fixed frame screen. Okay, let's unpack this. Because buying a screen like this, it isn't like grabbing a TV off the shelf.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's really an exercise in architectural integration, whether that's for your home theater, a church, or a corporate space.
It is a total paradigm shift, honestly.
Yeah.
You aren't just placing an object in a room.
Yeah.
You're fundamentally altering the physical design of that room to accommodate the visual experience.
And, I mean, to understand the $2,674 price tag, we really have to look at the physical engineering here. The stuff that allows a massive 106-inch screen to just, virtually disappear into a room.
Right, and it all comes down to manipulating the hardware profile. I mean, this screen sits less than 2 inches deep against the wall.
Wow, less than 2 inches.
Yeah, and it features a zero-edge borderless option, or, well, at most, a tiny 5/8-inch bezel. Plus, it uses extruded aluminum baffles on all 4 sides.
And those baffles, they trap stray light, right?
Exactly. Instead of a bulky frame bouncing light around, these precision-shaped metal edges trap it, so you get an optically seamless border.
The specs even call it a mullion-less design, which basically means you can tile multiple screens right next to each other with zero visual separation.
Yeah, completely flush.
But here's where it gets really interesting, though. I'm looking at this spec sheet, and I have to push back. Wait, for over $2,500, it ships unassembled. Why am I doing the work?
What's fascinating here is the sheer logistical genius behind that decision.
Oh, really?
Think about the physical footprint of a 106-inch piece of rigid material. Try pivoting that around a stairwell.
Oh, true. Or fitting it into a standard elevator.
Exactly. Shipping it unassembled with a lightweight frame and this sliding hook and loop system, it's the only way you can actually maneuver a screen of this magnitude into a building.
So it's not like hanging a heavy painting.
No, think of it more like stretching a giant high-tech canvas over a hidden skeleton. It keeps the tension perfectly flat, without adding heavy borders.
So you've navigated the stairwell, you've snapped the frame together, and it's practically invisible. But the whole point of this architectural effort is the picture itself.
Right, the actual viewing experience.
And I noticed the spec sheet specifically calls out a gray surface. Doesn't a projector screen need to be perfectly white?
Well, not necessarily. This specific model uses a gray XH600V surface.
Okay.
And it has a 0.6 gain, which is optimized for 1080p resolution.
So what does a 0.6 gain actually do?
Basically, on a gray surface, it means the screen is designed to absorb ambient room light, rather than reflecting all of it back at you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it acts like a contrast enhancer for rooms that aren't perfectly pitch black.
Yeah.
So you get deeper, richer blacks instead of a washed-out image.
That makes total sense. But because it is engineered to fit perfectly into complex lighting environments, the purchasing reality requires a massive commitment from the buyer.
Oh, absolutely.
The spec sheet highlights that this is a special order item. It is explicitly non-cancelable, non-returnable, and non-refundable. So what does this all mean?
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's like commissioning a custom-tailored suit. You can't just return it if you change your mind because it's built specifically for your exact environment.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it really highlights the risk and reward of commercial-grade AV. I mean, you have to measure twice, maybe 3 times.
Then buy once.
Exactly. In the professional AV world, you are prioritizing structural reliability.
Right, over standard 30-day consumer return policies you'd get at a local store.
Yeah, you just don't get that flexibility here.
They do soften the blow, though. I see they include a 5-year warranty, lifetime tech support, and free USA shipping.
Which is the ultimate trade-off, really.
Yeah.
You lose that impulse buy flexibility, but you gain long-term vendor support for a permanent architectural fixture.
So the big takeaway for you listening, whether you are building out a corporate training room or finally upgrading your house, the physical infrastructure of your screen dictates the viewing experience.
Just as much as the projector you point at it.
Exactly.
The hardware truly becomes part of the architecture itself.
Which leaves us with a fascinating question to chew on. As these mullion-less, zero-edge screens increasingly allow technology to blend completely seamlessly into our walls, will the future of interior design completely eliminate the concept of the traditional television as a distinct piece of furniture?